Okay, we're at the Eco Station booth, and this is
Kristy Anderson, and I work for Star Eco Station. We are an exotic wildlife rescue and an environmental education center and museum. And we're not a zoo, we are a rescue. We rescued all these animals because they are either abandoned by people who buy them from pet stores or breeders, and they don't really know what they're getting themselves into. They don't do the research ahead of time. They don't take into consideration their lifestyle versus what the animal needs. All animals need different things. Some of them, like the wild exotic parrots that we have, they require about 4 to 6 hours of attention every day. And if you don't give them that attention, they actually become very depressed, and they might do things, act out in certain ways. They might scream out, they might pluck out their feathers, things like that. So that's just one example of something that could happen if you don't pay attention to your animal. The reason why birds actually do that is because out in the wild, in their natural habitat, they fly in flocks of 30 up to 3,000 other birds of their species. So it's like a big family, okay? So when you take them out of the wild and you put them into a small cage and don't pay any attention to them, they become very upset, just like as anybody would, pretty much. So the other way, like I said, they are abandoned because people don't do the research ahead of time. They don't take into consideration that a small snake that they get when they're a baby might grow into a 12 or up to 12, 14 feet long when they're an adult, and they live for 20, 30, sometimes 40 years, 50 years or something like that. So those are the reasons how we get animals into our facility.
And you're located right in the middle of the city, right?
Yeah, we are. We're located on Jefferson in Culver City, and people don't really know we're there. It's kind of an industrial area. Oh, I forgot to mention the other reason we get animals in is that they're smuggled into the country as well. We work with the Department of Fish and Wildlife and Fish and Game, and so when people go out and they steal animals from their natural habitat and they bring them here, we work with a number of agencies, legal authorities, and we take the animals in. So.
Okay. And what kind of animals do you have today?
We have 3 wildcats. We have 1 bobcat, 100% bobcat, and we have 1 bobcat lynx hybrid. His name is Jay, and we have 1 African serval. And they each have their own story, and we share these stories with the public. We do have a very educational tour. So I'm a tour guide as well as a teacher, and I do these events and things like public outreach as well. But on our tour, it's a guided tour. Nobody can just come in and just look around at their own pace. It's very structured, and we talk about each species, almost as many species as possible, within about 45 minutes to an hour. And we tell the story about most of the animals to give the public an idea of what's going on with these animals, so they understand that species, different species have different things going on with them, but a lot of them, it's very similar. A lot of them have a similar story, and that humans, what we're doing to these animals is really detrimental to the environment that the animals come from and to the animals themselves.
And how can people volunteer and get more involved with the animals?
Volunteering is easy. Just give us a call and we'll let you know when the next orientation is. I usually have one about once a month or once every other month. So after you do an orientation, then you're free to just schedule a time whenever you have time. And we need people to come clean up and help with husbandry around the facility and things like that. So volunteering is very easy and is needed. Thank you for visiting the Star Eco Station booth, and remember to always try to adopt an animal first before you go out and purchase a pet from any breeder. Thank you so much. Bye.